Hi everyone, welcome to Water Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and neither are any of these blokes. This is Pyro doing Tier 7 Clan Wars. That's right, your eyes do not deceive you. Tier 7 Clan Wars. Of course, it's not Tier 7 Clan Wars, it's Tier 8 Clan Wars, but Pyro, after a little bit of a challenge, have decided in this epic battle to take all Tier 7 tanks. Have a look on the left-hand side of the screen. 2 Tiger 1s, a T-34 one, which is Tier 7 Chinese medium tank, a couple of T-20s, a T-71, 2 Type 62s, which at Tier 6 is probably a pretty good choice, and 2 artillery pieces, the Magical Flying Fox and Skims in their Tier 7 German artillery pieces. Of course, this is a battle on Malinovka where they're up against ELRIC. Now this battle, amongst a few other battles, have created a little bit of controversy, if you like, or a little bit of discussions in the CRD parts of the forum. Clan rivalry and diplomacy, I think it might be. We're looking from Napalmer's point of view. Napalmer's one of the T-20s in this scene. He puts a shot into the M41 Bulldog. Now, you'll see a few interesting things happen in this game. Now, from what I understand, and I could be wrong, somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. From what I understand, this is land that Pyro own on the Tier 8 map, and ELRIC are attacking him. Now, you can see that you can see Pyro doing something that they do very, very well, and I'll make the minimap a little bit bigger. You can on the minimap you can see they've got great vision on the northeast. Got a couple of Tigers here. Keep an eye on those 2 Tigers. They're going to come into the game very, very soon, and you can see that ELRIC sort of at the moment, apart from these 2 tanks that are assaulting the north, which Napalm is having a shot at the Type 59. Apart from these 2 tanks up in the north, nobody else really. It looks like there's a VK100A1P, which is a legitimate choice for a Tier 8 tank at Clan Wars. The heavily armoured German heavy tank, an AMX M449 Liberty tank, a Lorraine 40T. All reasonable choices for Clan Wars, but it looks like they're not really pushing anywhere. Of course, Skims has put his light tanks, one Type 62 up here for vision in the north. Type 62 up here in the northeast for vision up in the northeast. I'll make the minimap a little bit smaller now so it doesn't impede the view. Napalm just kicking back here, trying to put a few shots into this Type 59 who's really getting smashed by artillery. The Magical Flying Fox, it is GW Panthers, picked up the first 2 kills of this game, and it looks like Napalm and Surly the Seal, he's not a real seal, well maybe he is, I'm not sure. They're both in their T-20s, kicking back here. The Type 62 on the hill, maintaining vision on this Type 59. For the artilleries, he's down to 280 on health. He'll get cleaned up pretty soon. There, the AMX M449 Liberté tank, the premium Tier 8 heavy French tank. The heavy French tank with armour. Looks like he's redlining it up towards that hill as the Magical Flying Fox picks up his 3rd kill, getting rid of the Type 59. And of course, Pyro bringing 2 artilleries into this battle. You can see why they're not really pushing too hard. They're just trying to maintain the vision advantage, even though they've only got Tier 7 tanks. Now, these 2 Tigers are going to come into the game very shortly. The T-71 has gone right up to G2 to get vision on that J Panther 2, and it's become pretty evident. Looks like that ELRIC not really going for the push in this battle. At this stage, they've probably already worked out that Pyro have got some Tier 7s. Napalm certainly hasn't been spotted where he is, which tells me Surly the Sea Lord probably hasn't either. These 2 up in the north most definitely have been spotted, and even though Pyro's got vision on the whole map, you look at this, it's T-71 down here at G1, the Type 62 in the middle, and the other Type 62 with the T-34-1 up in the northeast. Pyro doing what Pyro do very, very well, and getting the vision advantage over the entire map. Now, if ELRIC was smart, and I don't mean to put them down for this, they know that there's 2 tanks here. They know this Type 62 surely has been spotted. So that's 3 tanks. By the amount of artillery shells getting dumped on their heads, you could quite easily deduce that there's 2 artilleries shooting away at them. So that's 5 tanks. 1, 2, 3, plus the 2 artilleries. And this T-71, I'm tipping he may have been spotted, why don't they just push down here where their advantage would be if they had a push? Then again, they've got their heavies up here, and that's going to take a long time, especially for the big German to pull out. But this is what's caused a few CRD threads on the Asian forum, as well as some social media pages. If you keep looking at, as a Magical Flying Fox picks up the 4th kill, he's the only one with kills in this game, and of course the light tanks, that Type 62 up in the north, he's going to end up with a hell of a lot of assisted damage because he'll be getting the spotting damage for most of this artillery stuff that's going on. The AMX M449, the Type 59, the LTTB, and the M41 Bulldog, all killed by the Magical Flying Fox. It is GW Panther. And look, hats off to him. I know when I had that bloody thing, I could not land a shot to save myself. Surly the Seal Lord. Putting in the chat, what do you want the T20s to do? And, well, you don't really need to do anything. You're winning 4-zip. Napalmer turns around to have a look at Skims in his artillery piece. Gee, I don't know if he's thinking about shooting him or not. Of course he's not. His gun isn't aimed there. Just his view. Just kicking back on this ridge line. 4-zip is the score. You can see that Arty shell, another 286 damage into that Lorraine 40 tonner. He's down to 70 hit points, and Skims cleans him up. 5-zip the score now. Keep a close eye on the scoreboard too. You can see they've killed 5. 3 other tanks. Well, there you go. They've killed 6 now. The VK100A1P hasn't been spotted for some time. Chronic Fear and Captain Muppet Arms in an unspotted tank. That tells me it's artillery. That makes 8 tanks, so there should be 2 more tanks. Now those Tigers, as I said earlier, those Tigers have come into the game with the T71. They're just out of view range from where Napalmer's. The T71, there he is, on 498 health. The Tiger on 1229. That's Rian, Triple X, and there's another Tiger there which we can't quite see how many hit points he's on. Napalmer soaking up the assisted damage here into that VK100A1P. That's a tank that we haven't seen for some time. And thank you very much. I'll grab that kill if you don't mind. Napalmer's on 641 damage, 1,000 assisted damage. Not too bad considering he was sort of stuck on that ridgeline here at F7 for a decent part of the battle. 7-zip is the score. Now the only other tank that we know about is Captain Muppet Arms. Tipping it is in artillery because he hasn't... and there he goes. He drowns. Typical... If you're a fan of this channel, as Napalmer puts a beautiful shot into the side of the UDES, he does get spotted. The Type 62 puts some damage in, and the T71 Maximira kills the Tier 8 Swedish artillery piece, tank destroyer. And now, of course, there's Captain Muppet Arms. He's drowned right down there as Napalmer starts putting shells into the Lorraine 40T. Artillery's putting shells into the Lorraine 40 ton as well. And Captain Muppet Arms, have a look at him there in the water. He gave that one up as soon as it looks like they weren't going to win. And even though a bit of team damage going on there by the PYRO lads, as one might expect towards the end of a trollish kind of battle, if you like. If you look at the post-game battle results, you can see Skims had a ripper, 1,233 hit points of damage, top scored on experience. He also got 2,334 assisted damage by stunning those enemy tanks. Magical Flying Fox had a pearler as well, 2,000 damage, 4 kills, and a good spread of damage by the PYRO lads. Unfortunately for ELRIC, they didn't really come to the party. And if you're attacking somebody on the Clan Wars global map and you're camping, that's generally what's going to happen, especially if the team you're attacking outvisions you and they bring 2 artilleries. Something tells me the PYRO lads probably knew or suspected that they were going to do a bit of a camp. That's why they took 2 artillery pieces, even though they took all Tier 7s. That was certainly a bit of a giggle for me when I saw the result of this battle. And of course, the ELRIC guys, they've been defending Captain Muppet Arms for killing himself. He says that he had lag. Look, when you kill yourself in artillery, when the result is a foregone conclusion, it's deliberate. There's no other way I can sort of see it. If you had have died at the start, when the result wasn't already in the bag, and said, sorry lads, that was lagged, bad connection, the cable's broken, then it might be a believable excuse. But sorry, Captain Muppet Arms, that was not a believable excuse. Napalmer cost himself a few credits because he was firing APCR, as you do in Clan Wars. Good spread of damage by the PYRO lads. All Tier 7s. And I must admit, when they first sent me this replay, I thought it was maybe 1 or 2 tier 7s that they took. But taking all tier 7s for lols. On a Clan Wars defence, I think it was a defence. I could be wrong. Somebody, I'm sure, will correct me in the comments down below. But, of course, artillery committing suicide, which is just something I don't like in not only Clan Wars, but random battles at all. It's a bit of a... You wouldn't do that in the trenches if you were fighting in the war, would you? Anyway, let's move on to a second battle of... This one features PYRO doing tier 10 Clan Wars. And, of course, PYRO have been criticised for doing tier 8 Clan Wars during this cable break. But I think I've got a feeling... I think I know why they're doing it. Life, formerly known as Tim, have been dominating the tier 8 Clan Wars map for some time. And I think PYRO thought, let's show them how it's really done. And unfortunately, Life, formerly known as Tim, often didn't... maybe they didn't have the players, but they forfeited a couple of games, which is something that Tim often used to do. They often used to choose their battles to try and get their ELO rating up. The ELO rating, if you don't know, that's the way that clans are rated by wins, and the enemy team, if they've got a higher score than you and you beat them, your ELO goes up significantly. If they've got a lower score and you beat them, they go up by a little bit. And if you get done by someone with a lower score, then yours goes down significantly, and vice versa. Anyway, this time we're on a tier 10 map. It's PYRO versus Throw. Just about all the Throw players have now been shown. The return of Warriors. Looking from Napalmer's point of view, now when I saw the result of this game, I could not believe my eyes. Of course, Napalmer is in the Stridsvagen 103B, the tier 10 Swedish Tank destroyer. Does get spotted, bounces a couple of shots. He's already blocked 890 damage. And of course, look at the pinpoint accuracy of that Swedish gun. The Swedish gun, he's got APCR loaded, which is standard and premium rounds, 105 mil, 390 average damage as he puts a shot into the 907. 3-1 is the score. You've got to keep an eye on this, because this is going to be fast and furious. Napalmer, Flying Elite, already up to 1606 damage, 1210 block damage. 6-3 the score now. Puts another shell for 400 hit points into the 907, and look how accurate this Swedish gun is. Shoots and tracks the Object 140, which is the right thing to do. Stops himself being flanked, waits for the gun to reload, puts another shot in for another 400 odd. Make that 425. Turning around, auto aim on that Object 140, puts another shell into. This is an absolute all-in brawl here on Prokorovka. Wants to pick up a kill. 8 all the score now, because the E50M and the FOC-B both went down on, probably down the southern part here. Flying Elite just farming damage here. He is copping a bit of damage himself though. He's on 540 hit points. He's already picked up 3,395. And look at this. He is simply... He is just going to start farming damage now. 10 all the score now. Needs to stay alive and keep that Swedish gun firing. Into the back of those IS-7s. One down to 1,000 hit points. That's one he's probably going to focus on if he can. But doesn't matter if he can't, 'cause he'll shoot the other one. Takes him down to 1355. 10 all the score. Holds his fire there. There's another IS-7. Throw clearly like their IS-7s. They're mighty Russian heavy tanks. Hard to keep up with what's going on there. Bounces a shot from the IS-7, puts a shot in return. I reckon his gun's going to load quicker than him. That shot goes a little bit wide. 5,403 damage, 1,700 blocked and 1,000 assisted as he picks up his second kill. Getting rid of the Object 140. Roby1 Kenobi picks up a kill, gets rid of the E5. And now Flying Elite looking at that IS-7. Wants to chip away at him. He's down to 637 hit points. Make that 199. One more shot should be enough to get rid of him. Roby1 Kenobi does the job. Batchat picks up a kill as well on one of those enemy IS-7s. And only one tank left. And it's an all-in brawl trying to get rid of these tanks. 15-10 in the end. That was... And this is what... Wait till you see the post-game battle results. When you see the result in this game that only went for 3 minutes... Try the other one. That one looks the goods. Flying Elite having an absolute ripper. 7,072 hit points of damage. 2 kills. 1,426 base experience. Roby1 Kenobi and the Object 140 had a Perler as well, doing over 4,000 damage. And Willop doing over 4,000 damage as well. Plenty of other people made up the numbers. Cost him a few credits because it was premium ammunition all the way, and probably food, which I didn't make a comment on. But the game went for less than 4 minutes, and the old mate, the Flying Elite community contributor, 7,072 hit points of damage. He well and truly did his job in that Clan Wars battle. So there you go, 2 Clan War battles featuring PYRO, one of the most active Australian and New Zealand clans on the market. The epic Tier 7 game against ELRIC, which produced quite a bit of controversy and arguments on the forums, on the CRD, and also on some social media pages. And of course that epic game on Prokorovka against Throw, which turned into a ripper of a game from the Flying Elite in the Stritzwagen 103B. Thanks for the replays, PYRO players. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and see you all next time.